Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ Bhagavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Ārādhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kājitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanam Prema Pumartho Maha Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatra Dharana Para Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for taking out your most valuable time to read, hear, study Srimad-Bhāgavatam. We are reading Srimad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47, entitled The Song of the Bee, also known as Brahmar Gita. And we have read till text 52, so we're going to move forward from text 53 onwards. Shri Shuka Uvacha Tatastha Krishna Sandeshe Vyapeta Viraha Jvaraha Uddhavam Pujayam Chakrur Gyatvatmanam Adhokshajam. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shukdev Goswami continued, Lord Krishna's message having relieved their fever of separation, the gopis then worshipped Uddhava, recognizing him as non-different from non-different from their Lord Krishna. Srila Swami states that the words Gyatvatmanam Adhokshajam also indicates that the gopis recognize Lord Krishna to be the very soul of their activities. To the very soul of their lives, and thus spiritually one with them. So Shukdev Goswami speaking this, the gopis have expressed their feelings, emotions, anger, frustration. They have heard the message of Uddhava, and their fever, jvara, as we saw here, was relieved. And then they started to worship him as good as Krishna. So we know that the messenger of the Lord is as good as the Lord. Let's see if there are any other comments. No additional comments in the other book. But yesterday we were reading this nice verse, Hey Natha, Hey Ramanatha, Braja Nath Arti Nashana Magnam Uddhara Govinda Gokulam Vrijanar Navat. So seeing towards in the direction of Mathura, they chanted and they recited this prayer that we are caught up in this suffering. And what is the solution to remove all the suffering? None other than Krishna's message and the message of the messengers of the Supreme Lord. Tatascha Krishna Sandesha. So Krishna ka Sandesh pakar Viraha Jwaraha, it removed the Jwara, the material fever, the disease, which we all have, this fever of material lust, anger, greed. And then they started to do puja. How? Gyatvatmanam adhokshacham, knowing him to be the Supreme Lord, or considering him to be like the Lord, Krishna himself. So a lot of nice messages here that one should consider the messenger of God as not ordinary person. One should understand that only Krishna Sandesha, which is Gita Bhagavatam, is only there's only one way to remove the material fever, not through other things. So one should be very, very careful. To remove the fever, one has to do two things, right? One has to do some do's, which is like taking medicine. One has to do some don'ts. For example, if one has fever and then one is eating like gulab jamun and cola and burger, and it's not going to help. And it's taking a very cold, ice cold bath or something weird, eating oily food, it's not going to help. So to remove the material fever, we have to take strong shelter of Krishna, of Krishna's message, of Krishna's devotees. At the same time, avoid things which will not increase our fever, namely asatsanga, following the regulative principles, being careful in our body, mind, and words, dealings, actions, relationships. Any other comments here? Okay, next verse, 54. Anyone wants to read? Please unmute. You can read. The word would like to read.
Hare Krishna, I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Uvasa katichin masan gopinam vinudan shucha Krishna lila katham gayan ramayam asa gokulam. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Uddhav remained there for several months, dispelling the gopis' sorrow by chanting the topics of Lord Krishna's pastimes. Thus, he brought joy to all the people of Gokul. Purport. The great Acharya Jiva Goswami comments in this regard that Uddhav, during his stay in Vrindavan, certainly took special care to enliven Krishna's foster parents Nanda and Yashoda. Hare Krishna. So, Uddhav has given a lot of relief to the gopis by discussing all the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, and thereby he gave the joy to all the Brajvasis. But also in the purport, Prabhupada, the disciples are pointing out that he also gave a lot of association and relief and pleasure to Nanda Maharaj and Yashodamai. Please add or correct, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So nice. Krishna Jagad Thakur has given a long purport to this particular text here. It's quite long. I'll try to read a little bit. When out of sorrow the gopis' hopes for Krishna's return grew dim, they became eager to give up their lives. Uddhava made them happy by speaking yet other messages even more confidential. Tatas, after that, that's the word used. So, Sukdev Goswami has not explicitly described those messages. One can understand them by the results that they had on the gopis. Krishna said, the message. So now there are more esoteric messages, looks like. Oh, you who are as dear to me as my life, while you are standing before my messenger Uddhava, just close your eyes, just as cowherd boys closed their eyes and were delivered from the forest fire. Close your eyes, and I shall deliver you from the devastating fire of separation. Witness my mystic powers. Hearing this, the gopis closed their eyes. In a flash of a second, the Yogamaya compressed millions of years of time into a single moment. Krishna then appeared on that spot, and in the company of the gopis enjoyed the rasa dance in the Vrindavan forest, playing dice, drinking honey, water sporting, swing pastimes, and more. By enjoying all these pastimes, the gopis forgot all their pains of separation. Seeing that all their limbs were exuberant in ecstasy, Uddhava paused for a moment and then said, Now, O ladies, open your eyes again. Upon opening their eyes, the gopis felt that they had taken a new birth through the bestowal of 1,000-fold bliss as when they had closed their eyes. Recognizing Uddhava as non-different from Krishna, then they worshipped Uddhava. The syllable adho in the word adhokshaja means downward. Adha means downward. Aksha means eyes. And ja means birth. Adha, aksha, ja. Krishna said, so Uddhava is basically giving more messages, I think everyone got this message of close your eyes, and Krishna told to his cowherd friends, and now he's telling this to the gopis. So in short, he gave more deeper esoteric messages as per Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which removed the jwara or the pain of separation. So the hearing Krsna Katha is the solution to all problems. Material problems don't have material solution. We think if I have less money, then a new job will solve my problem. If I have this issue, then we think material problems will be solved by this solution and that solution. But actually, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the real solution. Krishna's message is the real solution. Krsna Katha is the real solution. We are not against job or work or business and things like that. But without Krishna consciousness, it's not going to go that far. It's going to fall apart. So Uddhava stayed for many more months, several months, and took care of gopis, took care of Krishna's parents, Nanda and Yashoda. Taking care is also so important, is it not? There's a whole course I'm doing about Vaishnava care, devotee care community. So every community should be a devotee care community. Every temple, every center, every house. Because in house people live, people like devotees in a devotee house. Even if they're not practicing so much, still they are devotees. If we have that devotee care culture in and out, that makes so much difference. That makes people feel special. That makes people feel encouraged, loved. So we have to care at all levels. Our main business is primarily give hearing and chanting. That is the most, like our USP, unique selling proposition. We are not here to deliver and administer injections for or vaccines for physical care or, that is someone else's business or seva, whatever our main seva is spiritual seva. At the same time, we don't have to be oblivious of the physical and the mental and the emotional care which Vaishnavas need, because if those things are not in place, how will one be able to focus on spiritual life, right? So devotee care, special care, took special care to enliven Krishna's forester parents by giving Krsna Katha. Any other thoughts, comments here? Yes, next verse.
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. यावन्ति अहानि नन्दस्य व्रजे अवत्सित्स उद्धवः व्रजौकशां क्षण प्रयाणे आसान् कृष्णस्य वार्तया. Translation: all the days that Uddhava dwelled in Nanda's cowherd village seemed like a single moment to the residents of Vraja, for Uddhava was always discussing Krishna. So in the spiritual world, as soon as they get up and from dawn to dusk, they will be remembering Krishna and how he's grazing his cows and how he is dressed and what he eats and how he thieves the butter. And the gopis and the cowherd boys always, not even for a single moment, they forget Krishna. So they even don't like to care their children, but they are glorify Krishna and his activities and how he walks and what all the naughty things he does, and his cowherd boys, how they graze the cows and all those things they will be discussing and singing. And when they return from after grazing, when they bring their cows in the evening, so he's covered fully with the dust, and they call it as Godhuli, and they'll be waiting to see his beautiful face and his beautiful more mukut and playing on the flute. So it is a feast for them to see back Krishna. So they didn't want to go to their houses also, but wait to see him. So in this way, they will be experiencing lot of, remembering Krishna day and night.
Very. So nice, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The word Uddhava means extreme bliss. The word Uddhava means extreme bliss. Or like Lord Ram, also one who gives joy, one who gives happiness. So basically, all names of Krishna are indirectly surfacing to this meaning that Krishna is the source of all pleasure. Krishna is the source of all attractiveness. So Uddhava here means all bliss or extreme bliss. So Uddhava had the capacity to bestow bliss on others. And what is the best way to bestow bliss on others? Through Krsna Katha. This is, Prabhupada says, this is real philanthropy. If a child is suffering, imagine a young 5-year-old, he's lost in a big fair. Someone gives him a laddu, someone gives him some cloth. He'll be happy for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But someone connects him to his lost parents, he'll be so happy. Similarly, connecting one to Krishna, who's the source of all happiness, is the real joy. Prabhupada said, we have come to give the highest happiness, Uddhava. And what is the highest happiness? Krishna consciousness. Uddhava was always discussing Krishna. And this also shows the love, the devotion, and the absorption. Have we felt sometimes we are absorbed in something 4 hours, 5 hours, or time passes very fast. But when we are not absorbed, then even 10 minutes appears to be 10 hours. When we are absorbed, hours appear like minutes. When we are not absorbed, minutes appear like hours. So here, those months and days and weeks passed by very fast, and it's mentioned that all that time appeared to be like just a day, a moment actually. Seemed like a moment. Why? Because they were always discussing Krishna. That's another sign of pure devotion. Madchitta madgata prana bodhiyanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Very, very important verse of the. What do the pure devotees do? They are always busy in discussing Krishna. That is the source of all happiness. That is the source of all pleasure. Any other comments anyone has in this text? Okay, we'll move on. 56. Anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. I can.
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna devotee Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Saritvanagiri dronir vikshana kusumatana druman Krishnam samsarayan reme haridaso prajokasam. Translation and purport by the disciple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. That servant of Lord Hari, seeing the rivers, forests, mountains, valleys, and flowering trees of Braja, enjoyed inspiring the inhabitants of Vrindavan by reminding them of Lord Krishna. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami points out that as Uddhava wandered about Vrindavan, he reminded Braja's residents of Krishna by asking them questions about the pastimes the Lord had performed in each of these places, namely the rivers, forests, mountains, and valleys. Thus, Uddhava himself enjoyed great transcendental bliss in their association. So, basically, this in this verse, it is focused about the joy of Krsna Katha, the transcendental bliss. So here, Uddhava was a great devotee. So after going Vrindavan, when he meet the residents of Vrindavan, he's inquiring, asking about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So by speaking about the Krishna and Krsna Katha and his activities, Uddhava is like he's reminding Krishna. So it's very good verse, Prabhuji. So we always from this verse with the um, essence is like we should always listen and speak Krsna Katha so that this is the real bliss. This is the real joy. Thank you, Prabhuji.
This is a very important verse. Thank you, Mataji. Uddhava is addressed here as
Haridas.
Haridas. So in Bhagavatam, there are 3 devotees who are addressed as Haridas. One is Uddhava. You know the other 2. One is Yudhishthira and one is Govardhan. And Govardhan is addressed as Haridasa Varyo. Antayamadriyad Haridasa Varyo. Yad Rama Krishna Sharana Sparasha Pramoda. Again, that verse also the gopis are singing in another song, which is, I think, Venu Geet or some other Geet. So, but here Uddhava is also called Haridas. So he gave pleasure or joy to an inspiring remembrance. So this is the great sign of a Haridas or a devotee of Krishna. When Mahaprabhu was asked who is a devotee, when residents of Kulyagram asked who is a devotee, he said, okay, who is chanting Hare Krishna is devotee. Next time, same question. One who is always chanting Hare Krishna is a devotee. Next time, same question. One who, by seeing whom one starts chanting Hare Krishna is a devotee. That means that devotee is so pure that he can inspire, he can enthuse, he can share the joy of Krishna consciousness and bring others also to the path of pure bhakti. Krishnam samsmarayan, smaran, remembrance, reme, he took pleasure. And this is the pleasure. This is not a pain. Oh, why I should go out and distribute books, why I can just sit at home, watch TV. That's painful for a devotee, sitting and watching TV. What will one do? Waste time, time, energy, and just get lazy. But share Krishna consciousness, chant, dance, share the holy name, share the books, share the prasadam in whatever way one can. That is exciting. That is joyful. And that pleasure is the highest pleasure. It is called the Premananda. It's the joy of sharing Krishna consciousness. There's only one joy, one real joy. One devotee was, named Bhavananda, Prabhu. So Srila Prabhupada named him Bhavananda. Bhavananda means Bhava mein Anand. There's no Anand. His world is called Dukhalayam. But when Prabhupada told him the real Anand in this Bhavananda is the joy of sharing Krishna consciousness. That is the only joy. The rest all is pain, suffering. So Uddhava did that. Time flew fast. He was happy, he was joyful, he was going to different places, and he was sharing Krishna consciousness through his own example, through his remembrance, and inspiring others. And everyone was Krishna conscious, remembering, having fun. Bhakti is joyful. Great transcendental bliss. So this is the spiritual mathematics. When one shares, it's not that they lose, rather they gain multi-folds. If in material world one has $100, one gives 20 here, 5 here, 20 here, at the end they're left with 0. But in spiritual life, if they share Krishna consciousness, their bhakti will increase millions of times. Their joy will increase. They will enjoy. in serving, we enjoy the most. I think I shared this 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 quote, I believe, recently. What is real enjoyment? I slept and dreamed that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy. The service is the real joy. People feel, oh, life will be joyful. No, that's just a dream. But when we start selflessly serving, we feel the real joy. Any other thoughts, comments here?
I would like to add, Prabhuji, that people wanted to go to Brahma and effulgence. So there is nothing, just the light. But only when we go to Goloka, there is service. So that is why Prabhupada has added devotional service is very important. So from morning till night, we can do service for the Lord, cook for the Lord, make garlands for the Lord, and DT service, and book distribution and preach. And in this aspect, we forget everything. And in this aspect, we will be glorifying the Lord. And we'll preach also, and we'll tell how Krishna was and what are his activities and everything. So, devotional service and service is very, very important. That's what I told. Today I was feeling very, very bored, Prabhuji. There was no service at all. And I was telling Krishna, Krishna, we don't have a temple. See, I don't have any service. I was feeling so bored. And then I started making some garlands, and then I started hearing some katha, and I felt okay.
You have realized it and speaking through realization. Thank you so much for your deep realization, Mataji. What's your favorite service?
I like DT service, Prabhuji.
DT
And making
service.
garlands and cooking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I like to do book distribution also. That is also one of my favorites.
Very nice. When are you coming to Tampa so we can go book distribution
Yes,
together?
Prabhuji, I love to.
Mm. Let us know when you are coming.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Plan something together.
Okay.
Is it any time in the next few weeks or month?
Not so early, Prabhuji. I will let you know.
Okay, sure. Everyone, please share. Let's make it a little personal. What's your favorite service? So Mataji said DT service, like making garland, making bhoga, and book distribution. So she shared 3. You can share at least 1. More is also fine. Yes, please try. Please share if you feel comfortable.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My favorite service is also deity service, like making garland, making dresses, cooking for deities. And also another one, serve to Vaishnavas also, Prabhuji.
Wow. Making garlands, dresses, bhoga, and serving devotees.
And jewelries also.
Jewelry, wow. Yeah, Mataji has very nice Jagannath and Gaurnitai deities, and she takes very nice care. Amazing. It's been how many years now? When was the date? Help me, please.
Prabhuji, it was 15th October 2000. 23, yes. 15th October
On the
2020.
video, so for the record. I knew people sometimes forget, so they made a video.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nice, very nice. Thank you for all your glorious services. to Krishna, to Jagannath, and to the devotees. It means a lot. Shital Mataji, want to share? What's your favorite?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I like to make the bhoga prasadam to offer to Krishna. I also like to read and get knowledge so I can understand it and help others understand in whatever small ways that I can.
The bhoga, cooking, and then reading and sharing spiritual knowledge. Wow. Attain. Let's see. Qualities of a Brahman. Yajan. So, very nice. Yeah.
Mataji, Shamakaruna Mataji is very inspiring. She joins the Vaishnavis reading also in the, I just realized it, Mataji, yesterday that you're the same Mataji that
Yeah.
in the morning. And I thought it is so amazing. You have such wonderful insights and, points that you bring forward during discussions.
Even you, Mataji, so nicely you will, connect to the people, and I really enjoy by hearing to listen to you also, Mataji. Those translations and explanations and everything is so good. Thank you, Mataji. It's Krishna's mercy and Guru Maharaj's mercy.
Hari Bol. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Rekha Mataji, you want to share something? What's your favorite service?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I like reading, singing kirtan, although I not that great, but I like to sing. And I like to do Vaishnava services sometimes, Prabhuji.
Wow. So reading, hearing, and singing, right?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
And Vaishnava service. Vaishnava service means like cooking or like feeding them prasadam?
Cooking, feeding prasadam. I really enjoy doing that, Prabhuji.
Wow. That's amazing. I've noticed this for like 90% of the Matajis, they like cooking. Isn't that like out of here, all 4 out of 4 you said you like cooking? You're following in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much for now. And in Krishna consciousness is so vast that everyone has room to serve. So someone likes reading, hearing, cooking, cleaning, singing, musical instrument, deity service, making garlands, gardening, and management, fundraising, book distribution, or coordination, kids classes, youth classes, and senior Vaishnavas, managing finances, managing events. So much variety here. Cows. Krishna consciousness is so huge and dynamic and versatile that no matter whatever one has skills, propensities, one can engage them nicely in the service of the Lord. And that's bhakti, that's devotion. So thank you so much for sharing your wonderful talents and skills and in Krishna's service, and especially the things which you love to do, you're able to engage them in Krishna's service. That's so meaningful, and Krishna is so happy with that. Okay, any thoughts, questions, comments before we pause for today?
Prabhuji, I would like to sing one song.
Sure, Mataji, please.
Is it okay? One Vaishnava song.
It's amazing. Not just okay. Want me to share the lyrics?
I love to sing songs. Yeah, Krishna songs.
That's great.
Hare Krishna. Bhajahu re mana Shri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे तारो हुए भव सिंधुरे भजहु रे मना श्री नंदनंदन भय चरणार विंदरे सीता आतप बात बरिसन हे दिन जामिनी जागिरे विपल से विनु कृपण दुर्जन चपल सुख लाभ लागिरे भजहु रे मना श्री नंदनंदन भय चरणार विंदरे हे धन यौवना पुत्र परिजन इते की अच्छे फरीति तीरे कमल दल जल जीवन तल मला भजहु हरि पाद नीतिरे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दास्य रे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदना गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे भजहु रे मना श्री नंदनंदन अभय चरणार विंदरे अभय चरणार विंदरे. I love this song very much, Prabhuji. This translation is, I mean, it's okay, Prabhuji, because it's already time. We can read one. We can
Yeah,
take
we can
one.
read it. It's quick. We have time.
Yeah. O mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which make one fearless, having obtained this rare human birth. Cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly person. Both in the day and at night, I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of the heat and cold, the wind and the rain. For a fraction of flickering happiness, I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men. What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons, and family members? This life is tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. It is the desire and great longing of Govinda Dasa to engage himself in the 9 processes of bhakti, namely hearing the glories of Lord Hari and chanting those glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense and so forth, serving him as a friend, and completely offering the Lord's one's very self. So this is very, very beautiful, Prabhuji, written by Govinda Das. Is it Govinda Das, Prabhuji? Yeah. Govindas, Kaviraj Govindas.
Very well.
Very
Amazing.
very beautiful song, no, Prabhuji? It's so nice with the meanings, remembering always the Lord's feet.
So nice. Thank you. You sang so nicely from the heart.
Thank you.
It's such a deep meaning this song has.
Yes.
Life is like a drop of water.
Water.
Lotus petal. Just recently, I think a plane crash happened, right? In Missouri or something. You heard of this news? Did you hear this news just one day ago? Plane crash happened in Missouri. 12 people killed on the spot.
Oh, okay. No, Prabhuji.
And they were going for some skydiving or something. Just
Oh, Krishna.
this is how life is like a drop of water.
Water. It's unpredictable.
but we all feel we have 100 years to live. One should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. Chapala sukha, थोड़े से सुख के पीछे भागते रहते हैं. And we give up the service of the Lord. And then what do we get? The pains. Shita, Vatapa, Vata, Varisha. And we're running after flickering happiness, like the rat race or chasing the carrot, the donkey chasing the carrot. Served wicked and miserly men. Even the boss says whatever they say, we're still serving. Why? Because they're giving chapala sukha, some money, some this. The donkey chasing the carrot, never-ending race. And wasting the human form of life. Durlabha manava jivan. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Very nice. Any other thoughts before we pause?
Prabhuji, what is your favorite service?
My favorite service is to please Vaishnavas. If I can please Vaishnavas, I can please others. That is my joy.
You're all-rounded, Prabhuji. You preach, you you serve the Vaishnavas and encourage them, inspire them in yoga. I just see those.
Hare Krishna.
Really, yeah.
To please the cooks is very easy. You know how? You eat their prasad, they're so happy. So this is very easy. I was in Michigan recently and one Mataji made like such a big prasadam and she said like, I feel so happy when devotees eat nicely. I said, okay, whatever you have made, I'll eat everything. And she was so happy, and by Krishna's mercy, I was hungry and so anyways, but nonetheless, sharing Krishna consciousness, whether it's through Krsna Katha, through youth classes, through reading, hearing, through book distribution, in any way, whatever way I can be a source of joy to others, that pleases me. That's my favorite.
I like your humbleness, Prabhuji, selfless service.
I'm learning from wonderful souls like you.
No, Prabhuji.
So we'll pause here, continue, I think,
On Monday.
weekend, Monday, Monday we'll continue. And I'm not traveling this weekend, so we'll do something more, some maybe verse recitation or something. Let me just check my schedule and I'll post it in the group. Maybe in the mornings we'll meet and recite Gita or something. Okay, so watch out and join if you can. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai,
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai, Samvit Gaur Bhaktarinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namo. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
I have a question.
Ji Mata.
That Mataji, she sang that Vaishnav song. Can she share the tune? Because I'm trying to find that tune. I want to learn that Vaishnav bhajan.
Mataji, I think it's in the YouTube, Mataji.
Okay, because the one you sang is easy. I found other ones, they were difficult.
This recording is being telecasted on YouTube, so you can find them.
Fine.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. It was easy on the YouTube, Mataji. There are so many people those who have sang that song, so it will be nice.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada.